What's up, everybody? You guys are back. Hopefully, to anybody who's been listening to my previous two podcasts, man, thank you guys. I've been getting a lot of really good support, feedback. Sorry for the shitty sound on the last two podcasts. I've been working on it, trying different things out. Hopefully, this one sounds a lot better. So I actually wanted to cover only one quick story today. There was a guy at the last council meeting. His name is Adolfo Varas, and this guy actually is the reason why I actually even started this podcast. Not the only reason, but he definitely pushed me in the direction. So this guy had a call to action not too long ago on his Facebook where let me pull this up so that I don't get it wrong. So he says, I think it's time for the community activist of the Southeast community to get involved in the city of Cudahy. All evidence points to Chris Garcia and his little Crocs. If they mess with Adam Ochoa, all evidence of Hernandez, his dirty little girlfriend, Chris Garcia, and all the documents will be released to the media and released all over the city of Cudahy and Southeast Los Angeles to recall the dirty politicians playing their dirty games. War is declared. And this was a post that he posted right after Adam Ochoa posted, someone stole my banner from my food program a few hours ago while I was at work. We put up so that people could find our location easier. What makes me most upset is that my volunteers spent hours preparing and putting it up. If anyone saw anything, please message me. I'd love to speak with the people who did it. So for those of you that that know me, I mean, I've been following the campaign. I followed the campaign all election year, and now I have a lot to say about Trump in office, but I'm not gonna get into that. But I was just in that mindset that I'm tired of people saying things and not backing it up with any facts, with any proof. So I then responded to this call to action with the following. Adolfo Varas, who is running for a city council seat in Southgate, has called for Southeast activists to start getting involved in the city of Cudahy. As a 30-year resident of Cudahy, I would love to participate, starting with asking you why you chose to accuse a Cudahy council member of stealing banners that promoted a food program, then claiming all the evidence points to that council member while at the same time not showing any evidence whatsoever. So after I did that, I would say within 5 minutes, he tagged a couple of his buddies, which I'm pretty sure he did so they can try to, look me up and attack me. So I deleted both of those tags because I know how these people operate. I've dealt with them before, and I just didn't want that to happen on my page. But he had every chance. I gave him every chance to respond and maybe show some evidence. And instead, that's what he chose to do. And now, I'm blocked from his social media. So, I can't, do any further investigating on his page unless I open up a fake Facebook page, which I'm not going to do because that's really petty. But anyway, so Adolfo was at the last Cudahy council meeting, and just listen to what he had to say.
A coward! Hernandez, you are a coward. I will recall you. I am a Democrat, openly gay, and I'm a millennial. You are a disgrace to the Democratic Party. I will recall you. You will not intimidate by anybody by threatening to arrest them. You will not intimidate anybody here. And the FBI will be here. Trust and believe. What? Can you believe the meeting's over? Because we want to speak our rights and our First Amendment and attacking these people because they're breaking the law? This is not right. I'm a Democrat and this is bullcrap. I'm a millennial, 24 years old and openly gay. I will not stand for this. Democracy will not die in this city. And trust and believe. It's not a threat, it's a promise that I will recall every single one of you here in this council in Cudahy except for Jack. Trust and believe.
And that was Adolfo Varas again at the council meeting last Monday for the city of Cudahy. One of the things that really irked me about this was that he kept repeating that he was a millennial and that he was openly gay. I don't think there's anyone in the city council who is against gay people or against gay rights or gay marriage. So I really didn't see the need to bring that up. But obviously, now that I'm gonna show you what this podcast was all about, which is this video that I was directed to, um, it's it's obvious now that he's using that as a way to get people who are in the gay community to follow him on his journey to becoming, a city council member. So, with his campaign. So definitely just listen to what his PR manager had to say, and then it all kind of starts to come together why he was at our city council meeting so yelling so passionately.
So then a few months later, my friend Adolfo Varas, who was also my former intern, he's like, I'm running for Southgate Council, can you be my campaign manager? And I was very hesitant about it. I said, no, I don't want to do it. So he just asked, and I was like, I'm just not into the whole thing. I've never been a campaign manager. I only know how to do PR, public relations, and it's because it traces back to when I was 15 years old, and I would help out my best friend who used to do PR stunts for celebrities. So I learned a lot about that field. So I was like, you know what? I can't do it, but I'll do your public relations. So I'll be your public relations campaign manager. He's like, well, how does that work? And I was like, just let me handle the whole, I'm gonna be in charge of the PR. And he's like, okay. So one day, I'm pretty sure you guys all remember the walkouts when Donald Trump won. So Adolfo calls me, and I was at, where was I at? I was at Sam's Club with my family. So he gives me a call, and he's like, hey Val, the walkout just passed in front of my house. And I didn't think much of it. I didn't. And I was like, cool, dude, that sounds like fun. I was like, what are you doing? He's like, I'm getting ready to go to sleep because I have to go into work at 10 o'clock, and I haven't slept. So I was like, okay, sounds good. So my sister's driving back home. She's down Tweety Mile, and the whole streets are like literally closed down. Those students literally took over the whole Tweety Mile, and it was closed, and Southgate PD had us make a right turn. So then when I seen that mob of students, the first thing that I thought about was opportunity. Opportunity. That's all I thought about. So I give him a call, and I say, what are you doing? He's like, getting ready to go to bed. And I said, throw on a really good outfit. Hold on, my phone's gonna die, so. Okay. I had to put up the resolution. So I told him, I was like, okay, Adolfo, throw on a really good outfit. I'm gonna go pick you up right now, and you're gonna lead the walkout. And he says, what do you mean I'm gonna lead the walkout? And I said, yes, you're gonna lead the walkout, because there's no students there, there's no politicians there to begin with. That's the first one. And I'm gonna tell you why there's no politicians. There's no politicians because they don't believe in PR. All they believe in is marketing, and PR has to do with good and bad, because you have good PR and then you have bad PR, but there's no such thing as good or bad publicity. There's only publicity. So I said, you're not going to see any politicians there, guaranteed. So you're going to lead this, and I'm going to land you on LA Times. First thing tomorrow morning, you're going to be on LA Times. And he's like, no, you're going to make me look bad. This is going to ruin my campaign. Whoop-de-whooped. And I said, look, just do as I say, and I'm going to land you on LA Times. And trust me, this is not the first time I've done it. This is not the last time I'm going to do it. And the whole point of PR is to get your name out there. That's what it is. People are going to talk about you. Of course, you're going to get good people to talk about you, and you're going to people that are going to backlash on you, and then are going to talk really bad about you. I said, but the whole purpose is to get your name out there. And you're not going to get it out there on Facebook, because Facebook can only go so far. So we need to get your name out. So we show up. All the students were at the SLA shopping center. And I mean, there's just like this younger girl she's like, it's not a podium, but she's like on top of like a brick, and she's pretty much leading the walkout. So I told him, go get on the brick and talk to them and tell them what to do. They need a leader. So he's like, oh my God, Val, I don't want to do it. Like, people are going to talk bad about me. I said, just do it. So obviously he listened to me, because I was like his public relations manager. So he gets on top of the podium. He starts speaking to the students, and I told him, speak to them with passion. So he speaks to them with so much passion, and he was already logged onto his Facebook. So all I do is click the Facebook Live button, and I'm recording everything. So when I did that, he started receiving politicians that started accepting his friend requests in the Saudis who he had requested and that hadn't accepted him before. So then whatever, he gave them the little speech. Politicians in the Saudis started talking about him. And then one of the girls got on the little brick thing, the podium or whatever it is, their little stage, and she told the crew to come back at 12 or 1. I don't really remember the time. So I told Adolfo, you're gonna go and you're gonna buy them water. And he's like, I don't have money, I didn't bring my wallet, like you caught me out of, like, I didn't even know we were gonna do this, Val. And I said, well, I didn't know either, but in PR you take opportunities as they come. So I was like, okay. We went to Walmart and I bought him, I think eight cases of water or 6, I don't remember, around there. I told him, here's my debit card, spend $30 and take credit for it. So he goes, he spends $30 on water, and as he's walking out of Walmart with the shopping cart, I'm taking pictures of him like the paparazzi, and I think we did a Facebook Live. And then he did a second speech and I recorded that too, and then he got the students he took the students out of the sidewalk since they weren't listening to some of the Southgate police officers, and just to keep everyone safe. So he got them out of that. He started leading the chant, and everybody was talking about Adolfo. Adolfo made headlines. Everyone was like, oh my god, you know, like they're just talking about him. He was headlines in the Saudis for the next 24 hours. And when that happened, I seen an LA Times, what was it? An LA Times guy. He was just there. So I was like, I was literally leading the whole thing. Go over here, go that way, say this, do this, blah, 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 blah. PR, 100%. Next day in the morning, I checked the LA Times. He's on LA Times. So I was like, yes, yes. Okay, so aside from that, by the time the whole rally ended, he had parents messaging him on Facebook saying thank you so much for buying our kids water. He had so many friend requests from Southgate residents. He had the students supporting him for his Southgate campaign. So anyways, that's one, like in PR you have to make headlines. And then of course he had people that were backlashing on him, that were saying like, what's wrong with you, why would you do that, and that they were just against the whole walkout, and that's stupid, you shouldn't encourage students to like walk out and I don't know what. And I told Adolfo, look, in the PR industry, there's no such thing as good or bad propaganda. What matters is that people are talking about you at all times. And this traces back to the book, The 48 Laws of Power by Green or Robert. I don't really remember his name. But Law 6 says court attention at all times. Whether it's good or whether it's bad attention. You want to get people addicted to you. You want to become a media slut. You have to be a media slut. If you want to make headlines, you have to be the biggest slut when it comes to social media. You're going to court attention at all times, whether it's people talking good or whether it's them talking bad about you. So Adolfo was the biggest media slut. He was courting attention at all times, and I would tell him what to do, what to post, what not to do, what to say. And a lot of the things that he would post weren't professional. But you know what? They got him attention, they got him followers, they got him friends, and they got him supporters. And of course, they got him haters. But you know what? Haters help spread your name. They make you famous, believe it or not. So that happened, and then his event was coming up, which was the turkey drive. Yeah, the turkey drive was coming up for Thanksgiving, where he was gonna have an event at, where was he gonna have the event? He was gonna have it at what's that place? The American Legion. So he was gonna have his event at the American Legion, and it was literally a day before, and he hadn't really marketed the event because he was busy working, getting the turkeys, giving them out to families, and so on and so forth. So I told him, you need to break the internet. Like seriously, if you want people to attend your event and for it to be well attended, you have to do something drastic, something that calls attention. And he's like, well, what do I do? I'm gonna go print flyers. And he literally went to where did he go? He went to Office Max and he spent $60 on flyers, carnival posters. And I said, what are you doing? It's a day before the event. You're spending $60. Don't do that. Like, if you want, like, there's no way out of the, like, within less than 24 hours, you're gonna get people to look at a carnival poster. It doesn't work that way. So we're gonna do another PR stunt. And I said, this one, you're not gonna like it, and you're probably not gonna agree with it, but we're gonna do it. And he's like, what? I said, you're gonna post up a picture, a naked picture of Kim Kardashian showing her butt that says break the internet. And he's like, no, I don't want to do it. People are gonna talk bad about me. And I said, yes.
And there you have it. That was Valeria Ponce, who claims to be Adolfo's PR manager. So that kind of, sheds a light on how these people operate. Here you had students from the city of Southgate high school who felt that Trump wasn't the correct choice for president. They went out and they protested against this by walking out of their classrooms and took to the streets, and then they took over the Azalea shopping center, which is a little area that people gather in, and here comes this not gonna say anything against her, because that's kind of her job, is to put his name out there. Is just kind of a really crappy way to do it. The way you put your name out there is you do good things in your community and people will start to notice. You don't fake your way into a protest and then start spearheading it because you feel like it's gonna get your name out there. That's a really, really scummy way of doing things, man. And just we need to start paying attention to these kind of things, because they think that we aren't paying attention. And you know what? I'm shining a light on all of this stuff. It's gonna end. And the only way it's going to end is if you guys join me in this fight. You start calling this stuff out. People are on the other side are gonna be like, oh, like that's a liberal podcast or whatever. No, man. When the Democrats do something wrong, I'm gonna call them out. When the Republicans do something wrong, I'm gonna call them out. It's about calling both sides out and holding these people responsible for the things that they say and the things that they do, man. So yeah, man, if you're tuning into this, thank you so much for listening. It was gonna be just a quick podcast on that video. I thought that I should really get it out there because I know that this guy's gonna be at our next meeting. So if you're there, I know a lot of people are organizing to be there. Call these people out. Have a conversation with them and ask them why they're doing these things. And now that we have video, they can't deny that they're doing these things. So, man, go to my website, not my website, but my Facebook page, and go to my soundcloud.com/knowyourEnemyBand, which is, that's my tribute to Rage Against the Machine. I just decided to start throwing my podcasts in there. And then you can also go to my Facebook page, Alan Rocks Southeast LA, where I'm putting up all these stories and I'm putting up all these articles of these agitators, man, that are coming to our city, making it look like it's Trump land, and I'm just not gonna have it anymore. And I hope that you guys feel the same way about this stuff. So just you can follow me on Instagram also at Garcia_De La Rocha. Mostly pictures of me running this podcast, my cat my cat Zach, and just other stuff that I like to get into other than this new podcast, which I'm gonna keep doing. And hopefully you guys keep listening, man. Thank you guys once again. This is Local Look. My name is Alan Garcia. Let's keep fighting. Let's be out there next Monday, and show these people that there's another voice that needs to be heard in the conversation of Cudahy. And yeah, man, thank you guys so much.